I want to have Desiree come and share with us, you guys. She's also from South Africa as well. Desiree, are you with us, my friend?
Hi, yes, I'm here. How are you?
Good.
It's been a hot minute. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, everybody. So thank you so much, Michelle. To everybody that is on here, I think let's take a second to go, oh my word, you've actually decided to explore something that you see all over, and your curiosity is getting the better of you. And that was me. That was me in August, looking at these girls on social media, and they all like showing social proof of how their lives are changing. And I went, okay, hold on a second. So I'm working for a guy that is treating me worse than my husband is treating me at home, a guy that is nothing was ever good enough. And it's amazing how mindset and where you want to move plays such a big role. And I started noticing that I was changing as a person. The pressure was insurmountable. So my husband and myself, for those of you that have followed me on my social platforms, you'll see that I recently had a little baby that we waited 11 years for. And it's amazing how when you move to a stress-free life, um, things happen. It's incredible how stress affects your personal life. So you try and put on a brave face, you get home, you might have disagreements with your partner or your husband, because let's be honest, finances creeps in everywhere. Okay, you can have the strongest bond with your family and friends, but nothing quite cracks you quite like finances. And had a really good job, so you can hear by my accent, everybody, I'm from South Africa. And in our country, we have many challenges. We have power and utility challenges. We have a lot of things that are thrown at us. And because I don't come from a privileged home, I didn't have any tertiary education or anything like that. So I didn't have anything to fall back on to go, okay, well, I want to earn more money. And the reality is my boss was not going to go anywhere. He's one of those guys that I'm sure you can put in the comments if you've ever worked with somebody like that. That's always, you put in all the work and they get all the glory. And I decided, you know what, there's more out there for me. Yes, I don't have a major degree, but I have experience, I have life experience, and I have a goal. And it's the most amazing thing. If you have a goal, I want to share something with you guys, and it's got nothing to do about religion or anything like that. It's got to do with your own vision and where you are in your own life. So for me, I always realized that I want to be rich, call it that. I want to be wealthy. And a lot of people would look at you and go, that sounds a bit vainy, but actually it's not. Because you see, the thing is, I want to leave something for my kids because I was left nothing. And it's a major thing when you develop and you're a little bit older. And I started digital marketing at 36. And how blessed am I to have started it at 36, that in my lifetime, still as a reasonably young adult, thanks for the Botox digital marketing, but as a reasonably young adult, I was able to start putting things in place now. I mean, if I look at people, what they were doing for an extra income 5, 10 years ago, this opportunity didn't exist. Okay, it didn't exist. And this is completely different to other ventures that I looked at. I didn't want to get into the trading and the Bitcoin because their people literally lost their lives, their livelihoods, their savings. This was different. This was, okay, I'm going to invest in myself, in my education. And what I love about education, and particularly in the e-learning space, is nobody can turn you upside down and shake the information out of your head. That's what I love. So in our community, as everybody has shared, we get mentorship. And I'm not quite sure if you have, as an individual that's got a corporate job like I had, we weren't or are not exposed to what mentoring is. Do you guys even understand the value of mentoring? If you had to pay for it, it would be thousands of dollars a month, if not annually. And we get a minimum of 4 calls a week on this platform. And what people don't understand is you are constantly developing yourself. So I started in August 2023. It took me 8 weeks and I quit my job. 8 weeks. So for those of you that are South African, I saw some of you on here in the comments. I'm going to do a conversion for you. It took me 5.5 weeks. And I remember my very first webinar, 5.5 weeks, and I made my first R1 million. And that fried my brain, because when I started, I thought, okay, I just want $1,500 a month, which was about 30,000 Rand. And then I was like, oh my goodness, I'm making $50,000 a month. Like, what is happening here? Then I started seeing, okay, Michelle is opening up this community for us to continue to grow. Like now, this launch of these products. So in the beginning of the year, I made a post in our community saying that I am committing myself and goal-driven with my training and all my resources in this community to earn $540,000. So for us in South African rands, it's 10 million Rand, which is a huge number. It like almost fries your brain. But here's the thing. With these new products, I can confidently almost double it. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm going from X amount of income streams to now, and I listened to the day message Michelle put there, we are going to learn affiliate marketing as well, which is huge. At the moment, I'm not doing any affiliate marketing, and that's part of her new products. Isn't that fantastic? So I'm adding more ways. And, you know, to have somebody that is constantly dedicated to a community. I don't think people understand how much work goes into running a community. It is a lot. From an emotional perspective, from a motivation perspective, it's a lot, because you are literally offering your time in building a community. So community is basically free therapy for those of you that are not. I don't know what a community is. If you're having a bad day and you want a little bit of upliftment, that's where you go. So I just had a squiz at my numbers, and if you guys were paying attention, and Michelle was talking about how do you get customers and the power of email automation. So right now, Michelle, I have over 21,000 people in my sales funnel, and that is when people go, well, how are you going to get to $1 million? Well, that's how I'm going to get to $1 million. That is how, because I follow the process. I get people to understand my messaging. I get them into my funnel, and my automations that I've been taught is taking me there. You see, when I started digital marketing, I started with zero skill. I'm actually a very private person. So I had like 60 friends on Facebook, and I was like, you know, you could get the judgy people when you start. But here's the thing. If you're really committed to start, nothing's going to stop you. Nothing. And what I love, guys, is there's a new faceless module specifically that Michelle is bringing in. How awesome is that? So whether you're shy or your job doesn't allow that at the moment, that's going to be a huge game changer. So then I started building this, and I didn't realize at the time that I am here and I wanted to be here, but the reality is there's a skills gap, and that's what you learn. That's what people need to understand. It's when people say it's a course to sell a course, it's a course. No, this is a program now. You are entering a program, my friend. This is no longer a product that goes from one to the other. No. With the live coaching and everything that's going to come up, that is why I'm saying my goal has doubled. In the last 2 weeks, listening to what's coming, and I am grabbing it with all hands and toes, because I absolutely see the value. The minute you add value to people's lives, you immediately elevated to a credibility level where when you get into the community, you see everybody is kind of on the same level. And to find like-minded people like that is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. So when I spoke about my funnel, Michelle, my number, been a fantastic year, $143,000, which for South Africans, it's just a touch shy of 3 million Rand. So I am feeling extremely blessed to be part of this community. I'm finding it extremely fulfilling. As a person, you know, Tim said that when he started to wear his, now he's a different person. And it's the strangest thing. It hit me like a ton of bricks, because so am I. When I started, yes, I was the traditional stressed, desperate, because that's the true word. You're desperate because your back's up against the wall. You don't know which way to turn. And you know where I am now, over and above being financially secure and relaxed. It's amazing when you take stress off of a person's shoulders, how many more opportunities you see because you're out of panic zone. And that is why I'm so excited about this opportunity, because I'm out of panic zone and I'm into growth zone. And I love the fact that I can take a breather and make calculated decisions. Yes, we do go on holidays and stuff, but building that legacy and leaving something for my children, that's a big thing, and it's amazing. Everything is going online, and I want to encourage you. I started with 0 followers, and zero knowledge, but that's what the program teaches you, right? In order to go where you want to be, you need to put in the work first and foremost, and you need to understand that if you are coachable, you'll hear that word float around a lot, but it is so undervalued. People can't say it enough. You cannot want or expect change if you don't allow people to help you, if you don't take in the knowledge. And you see, only when you're at a time where I was in my life, where I went, it's kind of do or die. Like, I can choose, do I stay in this job until I either get retrenched or retired? And I was 36, so I had quite a couple of years left. Or do I join the revolution of the digital world? Because that's what it is. It's a revolution. It's not a fad. It's not a hype. It's not a flash in the pan. Life is going that way. Everything is going that way. And I love the fact that, you can do it faceless or with your face. That's a personal choice. And like Jeffrey said, the internet does not discriminate. And I love that. Old, young, with disabilities, without disabilities, you see, everybody that's in this community learns what it is to have a perfect customer. And you, in your own uniqueness, will have somebody in a group of people or a niche that appeals to you and you appeal to them. And that is why I love the fact that successful people don't compete. We collaborate. And that is what this community is, collaboration. There is enough money in this world, even in the digital world, to go around. I assure you, on days where I've made 127,000 Rand a day, which is I don't even know how many dollars, it's just too much to compute. But there's so much for everybody, and it's growing more and more. So I really want to share with people that if you have insecurities and nervousness, that's normal. Whenever we start something new, that's normal. But you need to understand that if you are into working a 2-hour workday and you want to go up like this, then this is the type of opportunity for you. I want to share with you real quick, in January or beginning of Feb. It's true what Tim say, you don't know what day it is because you don't care. Every day is the same, 2 hours and then make money. So my daughter had an extremely serious accident. A total freak accident here at home, and we were rushed to hospital, and my daughter was in ICU. And if I had stayed in my traditional job, I would have gone into unpaid family responsibility leave. Do you know that would have put so much financial pressure on me that I wouldn't have been a present mom there where my daughter needed me? And it's strange, you don't realize it once you're out of the matrix, because that's what a corporate job is. That's what corporate Africa and corporate America is. It's a cycle. And you selling your time for one paycheck. And I sat there and I made a few emotional videos sitting there because it was really touch and go. My daughter was in a very serious a medical situation, and I sat there filled with gratitude. I was in the best care medically for her, with the best hospital, the best specialist, the best of everything. And you know what? All of this boils down to having one thing, and that's security. That's money. It's unfortunate to some, but that's what it is. If we cut out all the fluff, you cannot have a good long life without money. And what you want is a good long life, working less hours and having a lot of money. And this is exactly what this opportunity gives you. This opportunity is not about what happened to you in your past. This opportunity is not a conflict of interest. Nobody that you're going to resign from your job is going to say, oh, you're not allowed to do digital marketing globally. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to take that step, and I cannot believe that I'm sitting here as a multimillionaire, and 7 months ago, I was not. So I want to encourage you. This community is going to grow. And I made a call, Michelle. I said 30,000 by June, remember? Oh, I said 30,000 by June. It might be sooner. But I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity. I'm extremely passionate about helping people because, like I said, we all fit in somewhere. And we all have somebody that we can relate to. And just the fact that you are getting this mentorship at no cost every month. People, do you understand? If you go out and you Google business coach right now, pick what each session will cost you. Do yourself a favor. And some of you can get in to have lifetime of that for $150. I mean, where in your life? So I started on the $300 only because I didn't have enough to start on the premium. If I had the money, then I would have started on the premium to avoid upgrade fees and to just be able to have access to all of this. So I want to tell you guys that you could start from nothing and build up. It's going to take self-belief and it's going to take acknowledgement and accountability because this is your own business. Nobody owns your business. This is your own business, but you are given mentorship, which is invaluable. Trust me, as a multimillionaire, I can tell you now, there is no amount that I could pay to learn from somebody that has earned more than me. Because if I look around in just my immediate circle of friends, I'm like, well, I've kind of hit it here now. Who do I go to now? But I have this community. I have this community where it's easy to take inspiration from people that has made more money than you. Always remember that because you always have room to grow. You never made it to the top. Never stop learning and never stop growing and always stay humble. And that's exactly what I've done. And that is why I am on my way to multiple figures in dollars and more millions in rands. So thank you so much, Michelle.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I absolutely love your story.